Go ahead.
Hit it again.
Yeah.
And we're live. What is this, episode 9 or episode 10?
The other way we keep count.
Yes.
I think it's 9.
Yeah, maybe.
I can find out if you want.
I'm starting to run out of fingers.
Is it important?
So.
RockBranded. Let's see. This is episode 10. We're on episode 10.
Wow.
A decade later.
So we're starting to program out of the Star Wars jokes now. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be like a James Bond series, or maybe Friday the 13th.
This is Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, Solo, a Star Wars story. or is it Baby Yoda? Baby Yoda's next week.
Yeah, Baby Yoda's actually pretty cool. I
like Baby Yoda.
Oh, there's one.
Oh.
Bubba's like, don't let him talk that shit to you, Tony. That's parody in my book.
Come here.
So, all right. So let's go.
I speak hound dog.
Introduce everybody. Dave, who are you?
Hi,
Where are you
Dave.
from?
Dave, I'm from Rabid Gorilla Records, and you can find out more about me at rabidgorilla.com.
Beautiful. Tony.
I am now officially the Reverend Cooperstone Badge.
Nice. Do you have the certification on you, or do we have to just look it up online?
It's online.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I could probably marry you guys if you want.
Nice.
I don't want to get married.
The three of us. I'm not a Mormon. I don't think the three of us could get married.
Ray, you've just offended our Mormon audience.
I don't.
I think Mormon
if we're gonna offend a group, let's offend the Amish. Because they'll never know.
I was thinking of it. My choice for this week, but I ended up going with a different one.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, you thought about Amish Paradise, yeah.
So that's that'll be a good one. I'm John from RockBranded. You're at Tuesday rehearsals, 3 guys, 3 songs, and this week we're doing parody songs, and Dave's it. So remember, Tony, you and I got to try and get Dave to say the secret word.
It should be easy.
It should be really easy. It's like it relates very well. What? Say again?
Didn't make me say it.
We're going to try to. Well, I'll just give you a clue. It relates very well to this category, and it relates extremely well to who you picked in this category. So since you're it, do you want to go first? Should that be the way we do things?
I can go first, sure.
So,
yeah, the parody song that I
you're up.
and it was a parody song, not a novelty song. Was Another One Rides the Bus by Weird Al Yankovic. A parody of the Queen song there. Another One Bites the Dust.
Right.
Right, sure. A parody in the strictest sense of the word, though. You know,
Yeah. Well, a parody is parody. I didn't write the dictionary.
I'm just gonna sit back, get some popcorn, and watch this unfold.
Credit where credit is due. I also have to give credit to John Bermuda Schwartz, who is Weird Al's drummer and percussionist and sound effects man in that song.
Yeah.
I think he did a hell of a good job with that, as far as adding all the slide whistles and.
Not many people can actually make a kazoo sound like an instrument. He did a pretty good job of that.
Even kazoo players.
Anyway, it's a great song. I mean,
But I suppose you need some sort of backup when you're playing.
Well, they do play a lot of odd instruments, So.
Yeah, it's strange instruments.
Well, I mean, he's what is he? He plays piano, right?
Who?
Weird Al.
Weird Al? No, he plays the accordion.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Got him.
That was too quick. All right, I'm out.
All right.
I'll see you guys next week.
You're not getting the belt this week, man.
Yeah, That was kind of a gimme for us, to be honest.
That was like really easy. So I thought it'd be harder though. I thought it'd be like, how do we get around? And it just rather just kind of just roll on. So, but I didn't get away this week. Oh, he plays the accordion, Tony.
I was going to be like, well, according to what do you call it?
Wikipedia. Wikipedia. So,
according to.
Anyway, the video I sent you guys was him doing it on the Tomorrow Show. With
yeah, I wish there were a better version of that.
I don't know. I think that's a great version myself. I think the live on the Tomorrow Show is as good as it gets right there. It's almost like a hardcore song. He really.
Yeah. I get
I
that.
mean, like another one bites the dust, disco-esque. It's more of a disco sounding.
Right.
Where another one rides the bus is definitely punk rock.
What's his name? John Deacon from Queen often cites the bass player from Chic, Bernard Edwards, for helping him come up with that particular line. If you listen, their song "Good Times," which was released first, is really similar. Like the two of them are almost completely. They're pretty synonymous, but just the backbeat's a little different, and it's. I mean, back then,
good tunes to mix together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're ever doing DJ stuff, those are two really good tunes to mix together. So, wow, talk about, well, before you came on, Tony, before you signed into the Zoom chat, Dave and I were talking about Dr. Demento. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dr. Demento at all?
Dr. Demento.
Yeah. So big shout out to Dr. Demento, because without him, would we really even be here today?
No, probably not.
Have this category or like even like
no, absolutely not. Yeah.
Podcast.
People would write songs just to be heard on his show. You know what I mean?
Right. So,
so you guys liked it? You guys liked my choice?
Yeah, it was a pretty good song.
I love Weird Al, and like I said, I first heard him on the Dr. Demento show, and also bringing up that it was on the Tomorrow Show, like talk about another iconic.
I don't recall that show at all.
Night talk show from our childhood. Tom Schneider. I remember him smoke. He'd be smoking and everything, and he had that iconic like.
He used to come on after Letterman, didn't he?
He came on after Carson. This was before Letterman. It was him and Carson for a long time.
I don't remember ever watching him on TV, to be honest with you. I remember him being spoofed on Saturday Night Live more than anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Dan Aykroyd.
Right, Dan Aykroyd.
And it was a Mother's Day special. And it was Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin played his mother. And let's just say the hijinks ensued, indeed. So, all right. So Dave, now you gotta make us. You gotta try and tell. You gotta give us clues, and we gotta guess whatever the mention is this week. So
okay,
is it a movie? Is it a TV show? Is it a song?
Movie?
It's a movie. Okay.
A movie. Big Fish.
Jaws.
Long Island. Ruined Summer.
Big Fish.
Jaws.
He's got it.
Tony got it.
It was Jaws.
Okay, yeah. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
One of mine too.
It's right up there. Great movie.
Awesome. I thought it was supposed to be in Nantucket, but was that where they actually filmed it?
Oh no, they filmed it in Nantucket, but it was supposed to be Long Island, or somewhere off of Long Island.
Okay.
Amity Island.
Sorry.
Ben's taking over.
You're not.
All right. So who's next? Tony, are you going to talk about your song?
I don't know. Apparently, it's not a parody song.
It's not a parody.
And I would argue that it is, in that he was taking all these songs from the 60s, all these, treat your brother well kind of songs, and he was making fun of them.
All right. I'll give it to you.
He's saying, no, I'm going to insult you, and then I'm going to tell you why we shouldn't be insulting each other. So
what song is it, Tony? Tell us what song it is.
The song is Short People by Randy Newman.
Nice.
Now,
by
Randy Newman. And here's why I picked it. It's not actually particularly one of my favorite songs, though. I think it's a good... at any rate, I always wanted to make a parody song of Randy Newman. I want to take You Got a Friend in Me and turn it into I've Got a Speech Impediment. But only when I sing for some reason. And of course, there'll have to be a mention of Joe Cocker in the song.
Of course, yeah. So, well, I remember Randy Newman would get a lot of shit for a lot of his songs, and he was probably one of the first artists who was like, who was kind of gruff and rough. He was the first people to basically. Sean Penn would be nowhere without Randy Newman. Let's put it that way. He was the first one to have issues with like paparazzi and the press.
I can just see Randy Newman and Tom Waits trying to hold a conversation in a noisy coffee shop.
How dare you tell me that? So
anyway,
I enjoyed the song.
It's a good song.
I haven't heard it in a long time, but I remember when I heard it as a kid, I would hear it a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Sort of, there was a few weeks where it was everywhere.
My wife hates it because she thinks it's literally about telling them short people to get lost. You know, her sisters used to torment her with it, and they would sing "Short People Got No Reason" and all that, and then she'd get mad. And I don't blame her for that. But I like short people because they make me feel tall.
I guess that's their reason. So,
yeah.
But I remember that was it just became iconic. Like no one, it was out of the blues. It was kind of, it probably was, I would say it was probably his most successful song. And just because of the controversy, it was one of those, it's proof that like there's no such thing as bad publicity, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a definition of bad publicity, not being bad. Yeah.
So, anyway, and last but not least, I picked "Boys in the Hood" by Dynamite Hack, which I guess technically is more of a cover than it is a parody.
Yeah, it's both.
I found it a parody.
It's very enjoyable the way it is. If you pretend it's not a parody, it's a good song.
Not a bad song at all.
When you realize that it is a parody, it's.
I have to admit, I didn't know the original until my roommate played it. He played the original for me, and then immediately played your song, your version of it, and it was hysterical. We laughed very hard.
I thought the first time I heard it, I thought it was really, really funny because you hear the guitar part and you just kind of get this feeling that it's going to be one of those songs you just kind of smoke a little weed to, drink a couple beers to, ring a bell, and it's like you're going to have fun with some of your frat brothers, and then it's like it gets into it and you realize, holy shit, this is hilarious. And the video I thought was even funny.
The video is really good.
So
the video was friggin' hysterical, the way they're dressed and
the Bentley up on the blocks.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Friggin' hysterical.
I think that one way the group, and Tony, you're gonna have to check your messages or something like that. I'll send you another invite to the group to try and get you in there. Another benefit of having the group is that when more and more people start listening, they can ask to join the group, and then every week they can get like the 3 songs that we're going to be working on, so that so our audience can hear them too. For maybe
great idea.
I'm going to go on a
great idea.
So we'd hope that would happen. So
so follow us on Facebook group if you can. What's the name of it?
Tuesday Rehearsals. Tuesday Rehearsals podcast pre-pro.
I have an award to give out.
I hope I get it.
I actually added that to my playlist award, and it goes to John for this song this week.
Really?
Wow.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, I added that song.
What you're saying?
Added that song to my playlist. I'm like, yeah, man, I want to hear that some more.
Nice.
And
so
no, I did
what
not.
What you're saying is I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. I doubt you will. I doubt you can achieve it.
Now,
I doubt you can achieve that award. You know, it's not like a Grammy. It's not like a Grammy. You can't just go buy one.
hey, that actually reminds me of a joke, but I have one question before I tell this joke. Tony, is this going to be like a weekly thing? Are you going to be giving out awards every week? Or
No, but if I add it to my playlist.
you get the added to the playlist? Nice. All right, cool. I like that. So
I've got something to aspire to.
I'm going to keep a playlist of those songs, too. I'm going to keep a playlist of those songs, which will be shareable on, we could share it on the group. Yeah, you go.
That's really a good idea. We should start going through the older episodes, go 10 episodes back and just share each one of the songs that we, yeah.
I mean, maybe a fan could win the add that song to my playlist award, you know?
That's not a bad idea. That isn't, because I do want to integrate like the original.
We know Dave's not going to win.
Ever.
He might though.
Make my own fucking playlist.
He's Dave's got more acts of young musicians than we do, so which really doesn't sound right now that I hear myself saying out loud, but you know.
Sad but true.
So the joke that I was thinking of is what non-musician has the most Grammys?
All right. Let's see. What non-musician has the most Grammys?
What non-musician has the most Grammys?
Dave, do you have a guess on this one?
Any ideas? Do you guys give up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy
The pawn shop owner up the street from Anthony Kiedis' house.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sorry, Anthony. It's like if you're listening, you know, if you're a fan of Anchor or anything like that, I apologize. So, but yeah, cool. So wow, here we are into week 10. Anyone who's listening can come and check out the new group that we just started. We're going to try and make it a little easier on our listeners to not only consume us, but just know what the hell we're talking about. So if you guys are interested, you guys are listening and stuff like that, and you want to know what we're talking about, you can come to the group and we'll be posting all of the videos and all the songs that we're going to be discussing during that week.
Please tell us what we're talking about, because we have no fucking clue.
Yes, please. And there's a little function that you can go into and you can leave voice messages on the podcast through Anchor too, which is pretty cool. You know, so I want to start getting people to review us, like good or bad reviews. You know, we're all about the constructive criticism. This is all about, you know, proper discourse in this channel. So, you know, in this platform, I guess this would be called a platform. But cool.
I, for one, am very psyched about next week's episode. I know we probably shouldn't talk about it until it's in the can.
We can mention it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just there's a guest coming up, and we're looking forward to it.
We have a guest coming on, and we're just working out kind of the logistics right now as to when, you know, just ironing out all the details, because she doesn't. She communicates more outside the platform of Facebook, so it's like I gotta kind of flip back and forth talking to her and talking to you guys and stuff. But
I actually started a TikTok account now.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Old white men are ruining TikTok.
Yeah. Right.
You'd be surprised how many older people are on there. There's like a really over 50 hashtag and community going on over there that's just enjoying themselves, and it's actually, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you kind of get away from the whole Facebook thing, and it's a quick, the editor itself is kind of cool, you know, so.
Stuff
And you
like
get
that
all those K-pop fans.
What's that?
That would be cool.
Oh, the K-pop. Yeah, well, yeah, K-pop. Yeah, of course. So they're mostly younger though.
Love the
Like,
K-pop.
I don't.
Oh no, we're gonna have to do a K-pop K-pop episode.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's another thing that's good in the group too, because we can put all the different categories in a little list and just check them off as we go by. So again, so the Messenger is great, but it's like stuff gets lost in there so bad. It can really be
Would you consider baby metal K-pop?
baby metal. Oh, is that Japanese metal?
Yeah.
No. You can't, because it's two different countries, really.
I thought they were Korean.
They might be. I don't know. So
I don't know.
these different subsets of music, I got to be honest, I'm really like, I'm good late 70s up to like early 90s. Like once you get past like 90s and 2000s, I start to really get shaky.
I'm on a Doobie Brothers kick right now for some reason. I don't know.
Somebody should kick you.
Probably.
I'm I just watched I watched this guy. There's this guy Rick Beato. It's like he's got a YouTube channel. He's pretty cool. He does these different things like the 20 greatest guitar solos or the 5 best bass intros, and he also has this this segment where he's talks about like why he thinks this song is great. He goes into the production and like what the musicians are doing, and he just did "Freak on a Leash" by Korn. And I'm kind of just reliving my, mid 20s and stuff like that, and getting into that whole new metal thing again, So,
Korn was not really my. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, now that I listen back to him, I realize that, yeah, there was always something that irked me about them, but there was always something that I was like, that's cool too. It was like a trade-off. I wasn't all in with them. There was always something that bugged me about them, but there was always something that I really appreciated too. So
But I mean, you say the same thing about a lot of different genres. Anyway, look at the grunge from the early '90s. They all sound the same.
Yeah. So, well, Mel and I were just talking actually about there was this band that we just were hearing on the radio, and it was one of those bands that the minute that you get through like 1 or 2 verses, you got to turn it off and it was like the Eddie Vedder effect. You know what I mean? It's like after Eddie Vedder,
Get up here, I'm where to go.
I've always wanted to do some sort of a study to see, like, if Eddie Vedder and Dave Matthews went to the same vocal instructor. They both, it's weird, but there's like a similarity between the two of them where it's like you can pick it apart in some of the songs. It
was probably a method. It was probably a method that somebody was teaching back then.
But it's just weird. And the thing is, I think those two in particular use that same technique, but just in different ways. Like Eddie was like, I think the Barbarians are at the gate. I don't know. Kill, Bubba. Kill. How's Bubba doing with the thunder?
The thunder doesn't bother him as much as the damn fireworks.
Oh, really?
My God. He hates goddamn fireworks.
It's really weird. Like there's a lot more fireworks going on than I've noticed in recent years.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. I don't care. The protesting, that's fine. If it's some friggin' psyop from the fucking police, I don't fucking care.
Right.
Just, give me a night without them.
Right. So,
one night.
Well, soon enough. So you'd hope.
I don't sleep at night. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect my sleep, but I just like to walk the dog at night.
Right.
Yeah.
He's too big a dog to be getting like skittish and scared out and stuff like that. That could be like,
You do not want to get pulled home by him.
No.
Believe me.
It's a big fella. So.
Yep.
So
I don't have a dog anymore. My dog's in drone sport.
What happened to your dog?
What happened to your dog?
I still have him, but he's my sister's dog now. She adopted him.
So,
He's got more room there than he would at my apartment.
um,
Somebody to take care of him on my 12-hour shifts. So.
You still get to see him?
Oh yeah, I still get
Oh,
to see
good.
oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. So, see, the thing is, like the dog chooses the owner. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I got myself a dog when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and he just loved my mom. He loved my mom more than he loved me. So it's like he was my mom's dog. You know, it's like that's just like the dogs will choose you. You don't really choose them. So, you know. But so yeah, I can't have a dog either. And it's not even because it's like I just can't have that kind of a commitment. Cats are easy. Just leave the food out for them and
it is a commitment, but it is a commitment. But I got lucky, and Bubba will sleep till friggin' noontime if I let him. He's like, okay, we'll go out later.
Bubba was what?
Bubba, he doesn't need to get up first thing in the morning. He doesn't wake me up every goddamn day. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He sleeps till noontime. He'll sleep all afternoon after a walk. You know, except the people are making noise, so he bark his head off.
right. And he's a good. I'd say he's a good deterrent to anybody who try and mess with you too. He's like.
Oh yeah.
Like
Nobody fucks with
he's
him.
very protective, you know. So I don't know. Maybe he's just showing. Maybe if someone who is a real threat, he might, you know, become the biggest pussy in the world. I really don't know. But you know, kind of like
You never know.
it's kind of like this guy here. Yeah. So.
That's why you get kicked at shows all the time.
Say that again.
That's why you get kicked at the show all the time.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. So, well, I think it was that and the fact that it's like my face was right on the stage, you know. So, I don't really hold any animosity towards Dickie Barrett anymore because I know he wasn't really doing it on purpose. But I like the idea of having a nemesis. You know what I'm saying? An anti, you know, me. I think Dickie.
I think
I
Tony's
agree.
becoming that way with me.
Say that again.
I think Tony's becoming that way with me.
Maybe, and that's why I love having you guys on the podcast. It's like you guys are, you know.
Love you, Tony.
Yeah, I love you too, Dave. I love you as my nemesis.
I love you as my nemesis. Exactly.
So cool. So I think we're good to wrap this up.
Yeah, we're good.
Still procured.
Tune in next week for our next episode. It'll be good.
Tune in next week
It'll
for
be
episode
excellent.
11. We'll be featuring songs that you can get up and dance or get up and thrash to.
Or both.
Anyone, let's go check out
Why not both?
Come check out our private group to get a sneak peek of what songs we're going to be using and discussing on next week's show. And as always, stay swanky, everybody. Bye from John at RockBranded.
Bye.
Cooperstone Badge out.
And